Do the soft shoe, right? Right? Oh, we're working on it. Are we back? Good, good, yeah. Did you like the soft shoe, the Charleston? You guys, so funny. Okay, we're good. All right. That was amazing. Well, thank you for your flexibility. I was like, la, 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 chattering, and my husband's like, babe, we've got no audio. It was really funny. Okay, well, welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for commenting, because not one moment goes by when we didn't know what was going on. Now, I shouldn't have done that, because now my hair is like, somehow I got my hair in my eyes and my nose, and it's tickling me. Do you ever have that happen? When you put on a hat, and then you got your hair kind of going sideways? All right, well, we're back. Lindsay said, much better with your singing. Hi, Miss Mary. You just missed the comedy. Oh, my goodness. We lost audio for a second there, Mary, so I decided to kind of bring out my soft shoe, and I'm sure that everyone really enjoyed that. Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you all so very much for being here. Zen Kikuchi said, just joining the chat with the Mexican hat dance. That's right. Happy Sunday, friends. Oh, too good. Okay, so where were we? I was saying, type your cruise questions in the chat. All caps question first would make it so much easier if you could do that for us. And then we'll get to that. We're going to be here until 10:30 today, approximately, answering cruise questions. There was a question that came in earlier today that was great. It was from, I think it was Linnea, who said, is it just me who obsesses over the cruise countdown in advance of the cruise? And I think all of us can tell you, Linnea, a resounding, it's not just you. We obsess over the cruise countdown. It's the best thing ever. Hi, Ashley. I'm so glad you got to join. Yay, Savannah and Jacob are here, new to our Patreon community. Savannah and Jacob are. Speaking of our Patreon peeps, if you are part of our Backstage crew, type crew in the chat so that we can give you a shout out. Our Patreon community is awesome and helps to support us a little extra and gets to hang out with us on a monthly Zoom call. We also have just announced a new perk that we are rolling out to our Patreon community. Those of you who were on the Zoom call on Friday heard the news that we're rolling out a Discord server for our Patreon community. So we have about 95 patrons right now, and all of those folks will have access to this Patreon server where we can chat with each other. I'm sorry, Discord server. It's really, really cool. So happy to announce that. I also want to thank Miguel Espinoza for the super chat. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Oh my goodness, and another super chat came in from Lori Zorbrat. Thank you so much, Lori. Lori says, so glad to be back and joining this fun crowd. Lori, we're happy to have you here. Thank you for being here. It's lovely to have you. Steven said, did you end up with snow or rain? Well, actually, we kind of got both, Steven. So at our home, you guys know that there was a massive storm in California, another one. It's been a wild winter for us, guys. A beautiful wild winter because we need to fill up our reservoirs and lakes so that we're not having a drought. We're really thankful for this, but we actually got 5 inches of rain in one day. And in our mountains nearby, there is a ton of snow. Now, it didn't snow at our home, but when we look out the window, both sides, we have snow, which is very, very cool. Not extremely unusual to get snow on the mountains where we are, but it doesn't happen every year. So let's see. Melanie said, you have talents we didn't even know about. Well, I don't know about that, Melanie. I'm just trying to entertain. Oh my goodness. Seth said tiny portable blenders aren't allowed on cruises, right? Oh, I don't know. I feel like you could probably get a Ninja on a cruise somehow, Seth. Oh, I love it. Cheryl has a great question. Do you still use the cruise binder now that everything is on our phones? Actually, I am still old school and I do still use paper. Do I have my binder in here or did I take it out? I have my cruise carry-on bag right in front of me right here. So I was checking to see if I could show it to you. So Cheryl, I've kind of modified it a little bit. On a shorter cruise, it's more of a cruise folder instead of a binder with rings. So I'll just take a dollar store folder and put all my papers in it instead of a full binder. Then it's kind of, it's smaller, it's flatter. But on a longer cruise, I'll probably still do a binder. I'm weird. I do a lot of things on the phone, but I like things printed, and I'm weird about being concerned about internet. So if I lose internet, I don't want to have to try to get everything off my phone. So, okay, let's see who our backstage crew is today. We've got Yuki, Mike and Cheryl, Sonia, Mary Ellen, Karen, Sheldon, Savannah, Antoinette, Dave, Charles, and Elizabeth, of course. And I just lost my space. Steve and Ames, of course. Who else do we have in here? Let's see if I missed any backstage crew from Patreon. Woo, Seth, you got snow on the mountains. I think I got everybody. Okay, let's get into the questions. Lindsay W. said, I'd like to know where to go in Montego Bay, Jamaica that will be safe. I'm used to going to TJ and other places in Mexico, so I'm not too scared, but never been to Jamaica, and I've heard some stuff. Okay, Lindsay, if you feel safe in Tijuana, you're gonna be fine in Jamaica. My advice to you, it's not so much where to go, it's how to go. Book with the cruise line or go on to TripAdvisor, cruiseline.com, search for sanctioned excursions that are in a group and that you're not just randomly walking out of the port and taking an excursion from anyone that isn't pre-booked. Just pre-book and do your research. I wouldn't say there's anywhere I wouldn't go necessarily. I mean, I don't think you're going to be going to the dangerous areas of Mo Bay. You're just, you're fine. Just book something sanctioned would be my advice. Okay. Julie Farney said, I just switched to a sailing that goes to St. Thomas. Anyone have a recommendation for a catamaran snorkel trip that won't break the bank? 18-year-old daughter and I. Believe it or not, Julie, there are some excellent, depending on what cruise line you're on, there might be some really good low-cost options that are under $75 or under $100 per person with the cruise line. I might consider, Julie, just booking with the cruise line. I saw some catamaran snorkel trips that went to St. John, too, that looked really good. You might want to try that. Try that first, Julie. Smallville 79 said 70 days left before Alaska on NCL. Are the bars open while at port? Yes, the bars are open. Christy Cabler said, question, we're going to Alaska on Ruby Princess. We have prepaid the gratuities and we have the drink package. Since we have prepaid gratuities, you have to pay gratuities on the drinks we get. Excellent question, Smallville. Wait, that wasn't Smallville anymore. That's okay. No, you don't have to double pay the gratuities. They are prepaid. If you want to tip a little cash extra or add a little to the receipt here and there, you can, but you don't have to. That was Christy Cabler. Kalber. I hope I said it right. Holly, hi Holly. Holly says, going to Alaska for the first time in May. Port stop in Victoria is short and in the evening, what can we do there? Oh, I know, that's a common one, right? The first time we went to Victoria, we walked off the ship and we got in a taxi cab and said, give us the $50 tour, the $25 tour. And it was great. They took us around. We got to see all the lights at night. And there are cabs just right off the ship. You could do that. I would say get yourself downtown. Go to oh gosh, how is it possible that I am forgetting the name of the hotel? We all know what it is. The Fairmont Empress, right? Thank you so much. Go take a cab over by the Fairmont Empress and then just walk the downtown area and have a blast. Get out on foot, go into the shops, go have a beer, do a little shopping while you can. It's beautiful at night in Victoria. Beautiful. All the lights, the inner harbor. You're going to love it. Nanette Yager said, first live chat. Welcome, Nanette. Have been on one cruise, but would love another cruise. Have you ever been on a Mediterranean cruise? Would you recommend this now? Yes, I absolutely would. We have been to the Med. We did our Med cruise with MSC in the Yacht Club, and it was wonderful. And I would absolutely recommend it right now. My husband and I used to live in Europe, and so we were very comfortable navigating around. We lived in Spain, and so we were like, no problem, we got this. And so we went with a cruise line that was a little bit outside of our comfort zone, MSC, and in the Yacht Club. I would recommend it for sure. We have some super chats coming in, guys. Thank you so much, Smallville10, for the super chat. You're a sweetheart. Charles, thank you. Charles said, we love our Cruise Tips TV family, including these fun friends in the chat. Thank you very much, Charles, we appreciate you too. And yes, this whole big community is everything to us. And I don't know what we did to deserve it. But yes, we're so fortunate. Thank you very much. Melanie Espinoza said, where do you store all your travel stuff and vacation clothes when you're not in planning or vacation mode? Do you have a specific way you organize it? Melanie, I do, but it's not pretty. I don't want to give you the impression, Melanie, that I am some super organized human. I'm not. I'm just like you. I stick it in the corner of a closet. My closet is so cluttered that I'm embarrassed to film a video in there, and I never have. So I'm just gonna be totally honest with you and tell you, it's a hot mess, but there are some things that I do that I'll say are kind of tips. And here's one of them. I'm gonna show it to you. One thing I do, Melanie, is I leave my carry-on bag fully packed. And, oh, what's going on here? Sorry, guys. My microphone cord is coming out. Let me just fix that. Okay, I leave my carry-on bag fully packed because for me, it's easier for me to then pack it again. And also, as soon as I get home, I can look and say, okay, I made a huge bunch of mistakes on this cruise. I shouldn't have taken this. This was too full. I need more of this. So what I do is I remedy it when I get home. And then when I go on the next cruise, this bag is in good working order. So my flight carry-on stays packed. That's one tip I have for you. The other thing that I do is I kind of have a cruise section of my closet where like those resort wear dresses that we're going to be showing you today, by the way, in my cruise fashion shopping stream after this. They are sort of in one corner of my closet, and then I have some bins that I keep things in. So they're not fancy, but they're like plastic bins, and I keep cruise toiletries and stuff in there, and you know, all my travel stuff. So hopefully that helps you, Melanie. Oh my goodness, you guys, there's some very generous super chats coming in today. Thank you so very much. We have a super chat from our good friend Joe Mock. Joe, also a Backstage crew member. Thank you so very much. Mike and Cheryl said, thank you for everything you do. Love you guys. Love you guys too. You guys also, Mike and Cheryl are organizing a cruise for anyone who wants to go on a cruise. Their daughter is a wonderful travel agent and is organizing kind of a Friends of Cruise Tips TV cruise. We are not going on the cruise, guys. This is not something that we're going on. But if you want to cruise with the community, Mike and Cheryl, please put a link to the Facebook group in the chat so people can join it and learn about it. Again, we're not going. This is Mike and Cheryl organizing our community to be together if you'd like. I just wanted to let you guys know that this is something that they're doing, and it's in 2024. There's loads of time if you want to look at it. It's on Icon of the Seas. Oh, wait, no, you guys moved it to Wonder of the Seas, right? Yeah. So put the information in the chat, Mike and Cheryl, if you can. And thank you so much to all of our super chatters today. Oh my goodness, you guys are so generous. I appreciate it. Also, a little housekeeping note. I do want to let you guys know we will not be live at all next weekend, okay? So no live streams next weekend, but we'll be back the first week of March. Okay, let's get back to questions. Yay, I love questions. Bill Bayungo said, question, what is the Wi-Fi like on Norwegian? I haven't been on Norwegian in a while, Bill. Maybe we could have our community weigh in. Friends, tell Bill in the chat, tag Bill, and tell him how's the Wi-Fi. Aw, Melanie. Thank you so much. I just got a little pop-up for your super chat, Melanie. It says, celebrate the first super chat from Melanie. Melanie, thank you for that. She said, thank you for all your help and advice you've provided since I started watching in 2018. You guys are a genuine treasure. Oh, Melanie, thank you so much. Oh, Melanie, 5 years, girlfriend. That's amazing. Thank you. Miguel Espinoza said 33 days until my cruise. Is it too early to start packing my suitcases? No, Miguel. It's never too early to start packing your suitcases, buddy. Get on it. Start putting stuff in packing cubes and put it in the corner of your closet. Savannah Porter said, question, we're doing a Stingray excursion in Cozumel, but we don't know what to do in Costa Maya. Any free beaches or cheaper options to do on our own? Yes. You can take a cab to Mahawal, which is a really beautiful beach area. And so that will be one thing that you can consider. I've heard the beaches are still pretty there. Kristen said, should I book something in Ensenada? I've been before and nothing looks great. It depends, Kristen. You could just get off and go like eat street tacos or something if you wanted to. Or some people like to go to the Blowhole in Ensenada. It is something I recommend doing once. It's called La Bufadora, and it's very inexpensive to get there. And there's a bit of a drive, actually, and it's a pretty drive. It's a pretty drive from the cruise ship on to La Bufadora, but it's inexpensive, and that might be fun to go to the blowhole just this once. Kristen, it's kind of funny that the drive from the Ensenada cruise port to La Bufadora, once you get past the city, it actually reminds me of the coast of California. It has this sort of ragged Pacific Ocean look about it that reminds me of California quite a bit. Let me check, Mike and Cheryl. I don't know if I can see the link. Checking. I can't see the link, but I can't see any comments from you guys, Mike and Cheryl. That's weird. I wonder what happened. Maybe it got screened out. We'll look for it. What I will tell you guys, though, is if you're interested in learning more about that cruise, it's on our Facebook page from yesterday. So it's like a fresh post, and you can check that out. Okay. Oh, yeah. Dave Savard said the retail gauntlet is interesting at the blowhole. Let me tell you guys what Dave means. So when you get to La Bufadora, the bus lets you out, right? And you have to walk through this area, and this is not optional. You have to walk through this long, like, we're talking like over an eighth of a mile probably, gauntlet of shops. And the vendors are very aggressive. They're going to come out with samples of drinks. They're going to try to lure you into the shop. You just have to put your blinders on and like walk through it, but they are aggressive. It's true, Dave. The gauntlet is the perfect word, Dave. That's the perfect word for it, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, Lisa Freetley said 56 days until our Carnival Alaska cruise leaving from Long Beach. Good place to park that's safe and not so costly. No, I don't actually, Lisa, know where I would park. The only other thing you might want to do, because I don't know of any public lots that are near enough down there, you might want to try a hotel and see if they'll let you park cheaper. You could try the Hotel Maya, or you could try the other hotel that's right down there. I don't think the Queen Mary will be reopened by the time you're there. Personally, I hate to tell you this, but if it were me, I would just leave your car at the Long Beach terminal because it is patrolled for safety. It is a covered parking garage, and I know it's pricey, but that's what I would do, Lisa. I'm sorry. Unless you could get the Maya, maybe. But then at the Maya, your car is totally exposed. It's outside, which is fine. You don't have to have a covered parking lot. But, you know, sorry, Lisa. PJ Gaston said, doing another family cruise in December, what are some good excursions in Grand Turk? In Grand Turk, most people just make it a beach day. I haven't been, but let's help PJ, guys. What should he do in Grand Turk? Raven H said, do you know if you can get around the RCL corkage fee, almost not worth hauling a bottle in the end? Yeah, I think if you just don't take it to the dining room with you, just walk in with a glass of wine. So uncork it in your room and take the glass into your dining room. I think you should be okay. That's how I would do it. Lindsay W said, do you all do cruising ducks? I'm getting them ready 2 months in advance. Yeah, we did it once and it was really fun. Actually, we did it twice. I wonder if I have my ducks in here. I don't have them. We made labels. We put them around the ship. It was fun for my son and I. We probably won't do it every time, but it is cute to do it. John Waycant said, we're doing the fall foliage cruise with Royal Caribbean from Quebec City to New Jersey. Can you recommend resources for excursions? Oh my gosh, you lucky dog. John, you're going to have so much fun. You know, with the Canada, New England ones, trying to remember what we did. I think we booked all of our excursions when we did Canada, New England back in 2006. I think we did them through the cruise line, and I felt like it was a good thing. But as always, I would say use resources like TripAdvisor to kind of do your initial research, right? And get the feeling for if it's safe. But then also, you might want to go onto websites like cruiseline.com and Cruise Critic, get into their ports of call message boards and look at what people are recommending there. Also, join your roll calls for your cruise on Facebook, on Cruise Critic, so that you can get an idea for what people are doing. Bruce Cruz, aw, thank you so much. Bruce is also Backstage Crew, super chatted, said my wife and I were bemused and delighted by the audio blackout dance with the giggling when the sound came back on. Yeah, oh boy, thank you, Bruce. Yep, I was tap dancing there, my friend. Oh my gosh. The Shark Guy said, have you done Yalapa in Puerto Vallarta? And is it worth it? Yes, the Shark Guy, we have done Yalapa. It is wonderful. It is, when you go to Yalapa, you feel like you're a million miles away from civilization. So this is what Shark Guy is talking about. In Puerto Vallarta, in the south of Puerto Vallarta, in the bay, there are beaches that are only accessible by boat. Yalapa is one of them. There are excursions that go there that do horseback riding up to a waterfall. There are some where you just go to the beach and you snorkel and you sit and you eat at a restaurant. There is no way that anyone can get there by road. So it is guaranteed to be a feeling of like throwback in time, and I love it. I grew up going to Puerto Vallarta on land vacations, and we would take a fishing boat to Yalapa. Like my dad would hire a fishing boat, and it would be like rocky seas, and the driver would be drinking like some kind of moonshine tequila. I mean, it was rough and very different from a cruise excursion, but I have a soft spot in my heart for Yalapa. So if you want to get away, I recommend it. There's another one that I love. It's called Mahahuitas, and it's spelled M-A-H or J? M-A-H-A Juitas, and that's a popular excursion. That one's also really fun, and it's similar. It's a private beach in the south without access by road. Similar. Yalapa's a little more like the original of those options. JJ Moreno, best place to sit on the white horse train ride in Skagway. Oh, anywhere is a good place to sit. Honest to goodness, you really cannot go wrong. If it was me, I'd sit near one of the exits. So try to be towards the front of one of the trains or the back, so that if you're like me and you don't like to stay seated all the time, I get very antsy. I would like to go outside and go out on the little rail car patio and hang out. So for me, that would be how I do it. Lisa Vega said, do you think a cruise ship would allow an adult with a feeding tube to sail with the formula he needs? Now, Lisa, it's more likely that they are starting to allow that stuff again, but you need to check specifically with the cruise line and make sure that if something were to go wrong, that they do have the medical infrastructure. There was a time when dialysis patients couldn't sail, and there were certain types of patients who weren't allowed to, but now they're starting to bring that back. So make sure that you email the special needs department, Lisa, at your cruise line, okay? To make sure that it's okay. Laura Mead said, how many cruises do you go on a year? Not as many as you'd think, Laura. I have a full-time job. We have normal pressures of most of you who are watching, normal lives, 2 to 4 cruises a year. I don't think we've ever had a year when we went on more than 4. So yeah, I have limited vacation time. We cruise as much as we can. Smallville 79 said, do you prefer soft canvas luggage or hard shelled? I prefer hard shelled, hard side. Let me pull my shoes off of this. I'm going to show you the kind of luggage I cruise with. I usually do something kind of like this one right here. So I like a hard side luggage personally. Christy said, we ordered our princess medallions to be delivered to our home. When will they arrive? Usually 10 to 14 days before your cruise, Christy. Jim Schellenberger, tips for Curacao. You'll be there the first time in April. Oh my goodness. Jim, I've never been to Curacao. I'm not sure, but if anybody can type some Curacao tips for Jim into the chat, that'd be delightful. Yuki said, any update for COVID-19 vaccine booster for Carnival? Yuki, most cruises across the entire industry, most cruise lines and most cruises do not require the vaccine at the moment. There are exceptions to that. Cruises to Japan, cruises that stop in Colombia, and Australia cruises, and there's another one I can't remember. All of those still require vaccine and booster, but for the most part, there's not many that do. Actually, Colombia might just require testing and maybe not the vaccine. Laura Mead said, have you ever done the day pass at the Riu in Paradise Island, Bahamas? No. I've never done the Riu there, but I did the Riu in Mazatlan. I've done, we've done the Atlantis a couple times in the Bahamas. Jim Ring! Has anybody ever done Prince Rupert? You guys, I've never done Prince Rupert, but if anyone's been there, let's help Jim out. Type it in. Kristen Lube said, going to San Diego and you're there till 10 p.m. What are good things to do in the evening? Walk around Seaport Village, the beautiful little area right off of there. Go have dinner at the, oh gosh, what is the, there's a restaurant I love right by the cruise port. Let me check, hang on. I need to pull up my map, bear with me, and I'll tell you the name of my favorite restaurant near the terminal. So the USS Midway Museum is probably going to be closed, but I would go either to the Brigantine for seafood or the fish market for dinner. Also, you're pretty close to a lot of really cool things. You could go to the Gaslamp Quarter downtown and enjoy some nightlife there. Not a whole lot because you have to be back. You could go to Balboa Park during the day, hit the Gaslamp at night. That'd be fun. You could go to downtown San Diego. There's a lot. You're also very close to Little Italy when you're by the cruise port. So much fun stuff to do, and all either a walk or an Uber. Joey Buchanan said, doing Mexican Riviera in July, what's a good taco place in Cabo? Taco place in Cabo. We always just go to Medano Beach and have tacos there. But Joey, let me see if I can find, some recommendations for you for taco places. There's one of the best, I'm gonna try to see if I can find some close to the port for you. Let's see. There's a couple places that get really good reviews that are close to the marina. And you've got La Taquiza Centro and Taco Loco. Both get really good reviews and they're close. Also, Hacienda Cochina y Cantina. All of these are on that marina area, so try those. Holly Ayers said, I just joined the Backstage crew. Holly, welcome to the crew. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, Holly has been with us since 2013, 10 years. Amazing, since the beginning. Lisa Fretley said, what are your thoughts on the chef's dinner on Carnival Miracle? My husband and I are thinking about doing it. I've heard it's wonderful. I've never tried it. But to me, on Carnival Miracle, Nick and Nora's Steakhouse, I would do 3 nights at Nick and Nora's instead of the chef's table personally, but yeah. Laura said, how dressy is the dining room on Royal Caribbean on Alaska Cruise? Actually, on most Alaska cruises, Laura, the dress code really comes down a bit and is more casual. You're gonna find jeans and sweaters at night. So yeah. Thank you, Christy. That's so awesome. Oh my gosh, since 2019. Bill Thompson said, which nights are formal on Royal Princess to Alaska? It's gonna vary, but typically speaking, it's a sea day. And usually it's about the 2nd and 6th night or the 2nd and 5th night, but it varies. Yuki said, any tips for shopping for a first cruise? Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, really, our masterclass is the way to go to really learn how to book a first cruise. That is going to be at cruisetipstv.com/tutorials. That's a good way to do it, but really, I mean, using a travel agent, Yuki, using a travel agent if it's your first cruise is so critical. So, you're welcome, Shark Guy. Yeah, Holly, how funny, Holly. I just got the email pop up that you joined us on Patreon. Thank you so much for doing that. Okay, guys, I don't see any more questions coming in, so I'm going to say go ahead and give us one last round of questions if you have them, but we are going to be wrapping up. We went a little over our time today, and we're going to be bumping over to Amazon. And today on Amazon, let me tell you what we're doing. For those of you who just joined, we are going to be, I'm actually going to pull my cruise closet in here. I have a rack of 40 items that I'm going to be sharing for cruise fashion. This is only women's cruise fashion today, guys. I can only put 40 items in the carousel, so it's all women's cruise fashion. We're going to be doing Alaska cruise fashion, real items from my closet, okay? Even hats. I even have hats. I'm going to be doing Caribbean and warm weather cruise wear. I have 5 pairs of shoes, 5 bags, 1 swimsuit, a couple of cover-ups, all Amazon. If you guys want to shop with us, it's going to be fun. So we're literally going to turn this live stream off, move our software over to the other live stream, turn it on, and start in like 5 minutes. Oh my goodness, we have another super chat that came in. Groomer Girl Bruno. Hello, darling. Thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you for all your years of loyalty. Laura said, how do we find you on Amazon? Here you go, Laura. Here's our after party. And then Laura, if you don't want to go to the cruise shopping live stream, you can just shop our cruise store over on Amazon, which is really cool. In our cruise store, what we have for you are a whole bunch of idea lists. So we have things like stateroom essentials, Alaska cruise essentials, germ fighters, toiletries and sunscreen, motion sickness accessories, things to wear to a deck party. Like if you're going to an 80s deck party and you don't know what to wear, we've got outfits for you there. I've got makeup in there. I have cruise fashion, and I've just added a whole section of plus size cruise fashion to our cruise fashion shop. I'm gonna actually put some of the cruise fashion stuff in, and the whole entire beginning of our store is plus size now. I hope you guys love this. I had a lot of requests for it, and I spent some time researching some nice swimsuits, cover-ups, and rash guards, and some dresses that were plus size, and I hope you love them. I'd love your feedback. So I've just put those in there for you. Okay, let's see. Oh, Kristen said, I put in an upgrade for a mini suite. How often would you say they accept a bid first time from me? It just depends on the availability. It depends also, Kristen, on how many people have canceled. So yeah. Yes, Mitch Hecht said, can you still cruise if you do not own a suit and tie? Absolutely. Mitch, my husband doesn't wear a suit and tie. He wears you can wear a button-down shirt and slacks to formal night now. My husband will sometimes put on a tie, sometimes a jacket, and sometimes a vest, but he never wears like a full suit and tie. So yeah, you're good. Laura said, what should we do in Victoria, British Columbia if we're not taking a shore excursion? Take a taxi cab or a pedicab to the inner harbor and walk around. Go to the Fairmont Empress Hotel for high tea. It's fabulous. So many questions today. Lori, I've never been to Copenhagen, so I can't tell you. I can't recommend. I'm so sorry. Lindsay said, can you add some BioSteel to your shop? I purchased that a lot. What is BioSteel? It's a drink. Okay, I'll look into that. Christy said, what is the #1 item you pack for an Alaska cruise? The #1 item I pack for an Alaska cruise. Are you ready? Stay there. It's this. It's a slicker, a rain jacket, a lightweight rain layer, and that's exactly what we're gonna be doing, Christy, on our live stream. I'm gonna be showing you exactly what I pack for Alaska. So come join us. Okay, guys, that was my big sales pitch for coming to the women's fashion live stream. I think I've pitched it enough. Come join us over there. We're gonna wrap up. Thank you all so much for being here. Link coming for the after party. Let's talk women's fashion. And until next time, we'll see you on the high seas, friends. Bye-bye.
Cruise around the week.
Hey, click me to subscribe.